So, you know GRIS, not the you're the one that I want, but the one GRIS, the video game that was beautiful and emotional and incredibly fun. Well, the team behind that is not done messing with your emotions yet, because they said, let's do it again. But this time, with the doggo. Neva is a game about love and growth and the bond between Alba and her wolf-like companion Neva through a beautiful yet dying world. It is very compelling. I am super into it. It is gorgeous to look at. We're gonna skip the intro for spoiler purposes because I don't want to ruin that for you. But this is footage of the experience. I got to play at Playdays, which is part of Summer Games Fest. And I'm gonna try and talk a little bit more about the game without ruining the overall experience of what you're seeing, because I think it's quite beautiful, and it really should do the talking for itself.
Neva. Neva? Neva.
So I was in the room with the devs playing this, and I told them right off the bat, I know the game wants me to go right, but I'm going left. I always have to go left, and I was very pleased that I could. I love when devs include stuff like this. It is totally unimportant, but just as someone who's played games for years, I'm so used to just checking.
Neva.
And even though there wasn't a one-up or a sword of infinite truth or whatever, it's still nice that we got a fun little scene. So, after a quick pet, back to it, exploring this brand new world.
Neva.
Now, I've seen the trailer for this game, and my expectations based on that were, you're a wolf mom, raising a badass white wolf, rampaging through a fantasy world. Looked very cool. But the game does not start that way, because this is a story about growing with Neva. And so, at the beginning, Neva's just a little pupper, doing little puppy things. It is extremely cute, and also somehow incredibly stressful.
Neva? Neva?
When I tell you I audibly gasped when that happened, when I was in the room with the devs, I was like, did I do that? Did I make that happen? Am I a bad parent? I hope that's supposed to happen and no one is judging me right now. The thing is, from this point on, I was like, I'm never letting that happen again.
Neva.
Honestly, I just wanted to show off the sound design there and appreciate the music. It's so very good. You can see mechanically what's going on. I'm trying to guide my sweet little pup across these platforming jumps. And sometimes Neva follows and sometimes not. This jump right here, if you're wondering what was going through my mind at the time while playing, I was like, I'm not leaving you behind. You are not falling. Since this is still pretty much the intro, I'm going to let the game speak for itself for a little bit. So I'm sure right about now, some of you are like, well, that looks beautiful and all, Jesse, but what do you actually do in this game? Where's the conflict? Where's the adventure? Ah, there we are. I think this is such a clever introduction to the game because they give you 7-8 minutes of purely uninterrupted, beautiful world. Something amazing to look at visually. It's pristine, it's perfect, it's awesome. Oh, and by the way, it is slowly being destroyed by something. That is very cool. Now we come to the gamer's dilemma. That's right, that moment where you want to move on, but also is up a better option, but also is up the move on, and is the right, the secret thing? And so, yeah, I was in the room with the devs being like, all right, should I go this? Should I go this? I'm gonna go back this way. And as you can see, it turns out that up was in fact a secret. It was this flower. Still not really sure what these do, and there probably wasn't a reason to get it in a short demo, but I'm that guy. I will, for some reason, play like how I'd play if I owned the game, and there's a few times later on where I'm like, I'm getting this secret, even though, again, it does nothing for me in this demo.
Neva?
Oh, are you stressed out about Neva yet? Because that's how I was feeling from this point on. I was like, hold up, they tried to grab this doggo? Oh, man.
Neva. Neva.
So if it wasn't completely obvious because I got my health back, that's a safe spot. You can see I'm starting to get the hang of the combat a little bit, trying different things. That downward strike, very effective. You can see I just realized I can dash through those, so I'm pretty chuffed with myself at this point, smiling as I'm playing. I'm sure the devs were like, this guy. So as we fade to black, I was sitting there talking with the devs about the intro and how I liked what they were visually doing with the storytelling and the music and that first sort of opening fight, getting some idea of what mechanics were happening. And I was asking them about puzzle platforming and unlocking things. And they were like, you'll see. And I was like, okay, all right. So that's kind of what was going on here while we faded to black. And we sat around for a little bit. So I cut us just sitting around. If right about now you're thinking, boy, the vibe of this game certainly changed, I was thinking it too. In fact, for some reason, I'm leaning closer to the microphone while I talk about this because it just feels right. I was so tense during this part. Yep, that's a creepy face, and yes, I was really confused here for a second. Then I was like, oh. Well, that seems fine, and certainly not a future problem. If you're curious what that swing was, that was me trying to do an up attack. I guess the moment you can't, maybe later you can, I don't know. But at least right now, you can down strike and you can right left, but there's no up. Well, thank goodness we got that save. We're past all that terrible stuff. We got our doggo back. We have a full life bar. Nothing could possibly go...
Neva.
A long giant field followed by a save spot? I think we all know what's coming. I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely love that scene. There's no reason to talk over it. I'm sitting here recording this after the fact and I'm still all smiles. However, as you can see, once again, Neva's nowhere to be found. And so this is our first big multi-room puzzle. When I realized that, I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this now. And I'm sure you've noticed by now that this is the devs slowly unveiling all the different mechanics and things that you're gonna have to do in the game. And I'm sure it'll get much more insane later. But for now, I'm glad I could figure it out at least. Yep, there it is, my first death, turning into a plant. I felt pretty embarrassed I couldn't dodge through that, but it's a learning process. Yep, the difficulty is starting to ramp up, and that big old son of a bee got revenge from earlier. But I'll get it. I'll get him. So this part right here felt like a tease for something later. I was mesmerized by this. It seems so out of place and yet very intriguing. I needed to know more, and hopefully we'd get some answers. Man, that death broke my heart. I was so convinced I was doing a great job, and then it just kind of fell apart. I remember looking at the devs like, oh, I was so close. So during this bit, I'm trying to get that flower over there, and while talking with the devs, they were like, oh, don't worry about that. It is not yet implemented into this build, so don't stress it. This is alpha stuff, so don't worry about it. And I was like, I'm still gonna worry. I really want that, but all right, I'll move on. Now, I have no idea what the implication of this cityscape is, if it even is one or just a series of stairs that kind of resembles city-esque features, but I like it, and I can't wait to know more about it. Man, I still can't get over how gorgeous this game looks. They learned a lot from GRIS, and it is all in this. I think now is probably the time to thank the devs and Devolver for letting me play the game and also record it. It's very nice of them, and letting me do this whole video. I cannot thank them enough. This game is gorgeous and incredibly fun to play. So with that said, I'm just gonna leave you with what you're all really here for. Beating the crap out of this guy!